Uh-huh. Okay, well, if you find out anything else, you let me know, will you? Okay, good night, Saul. Well, got the boys tucked in?
Yeah. They're both a bit hyper tonight. I think they must sense the tension. Was that Saul Golden?
Yes. There's a lot of gossip going around down at the paper. Now, separating the facts from everything else hasn't been real easy, but he does think he's got one thing nailed down for certain.
Mm-hmm.
Our Mr. Marks has known and talked to Dorian in the past.
Oh.
Seems like he wanted to go to work at the TV station, and he had more than one interview with her. Now, he also liked to brag that he knew her socially, but no one really believes that part of it.
Did he ever say anything about the two of us specifically?
Well, he liked to badmouth everyone, including us. But as far as anyone can tell, and as far as anyone knows, the only time he mentioned Asa was to marvel at all his money.
Mm-hmm. So what is the consensus down there as to whether or not he was paid off to plant the article?
That he would do almost anything for money. Obviously, in this case, he was paid well enough to completely pull up stakes and leave town.
Well, then there's a definite link to Dorian. Sweetheart, do you really think she could have done this?
Well, one way or the other, we're going to find out.
Yes.
No, Dorian, it's no bother. We were up. What do you want?
Well, I must come over and talk to you right away.
Dorian, it's 10:30 at night. What on earth can we accomplish tonight that couldn't be better left for the morning?
I think it would be better for all of us if I spoke to you right now.
Look, Dorian, this is ridiculous.
I am on my way over. I'll be there as soon as I can.
Dorian is on her way over.
Hey, I know that Dorian can come at things from some pretty odd angles sometimes. But on the other hand, she might not be planning on causing any trouble here tonight at all. It could be something completely different.
Well, I'll tell you, that would be a very welcome surprise. Unfortunately, you know me. I'm not a pessimist unless I absolutely have to be. And there is something in the pit of my stomach that tells me that Dorian sees this as the chance to finally triumph over me.
I've never really understood this obsession that she has with wanting to see you crushed.
Well, it has to do with a lot more than just the newspaper, sweetheart. I guess it has to do with me personally and everything I represent, and it has to do with this house and everything that Llanview stands for. She'll never stop wanting it back, you know. She will always think that it's rightfully hers. I might be very naive. I've just never had a personal enemy before.
Oh, now, wait a minute. That's going just a little bit far, isn't it? I mean, there must have been some freckle-faced little gal with pigtails that tried to put you in an ash can, maybe, say, in the 3rd grade?
I know you're trying to keep things in perspective, and I appreciate it because I need that, but Dorian is different. I have tried to like her, and I've tried to believe that time would heal our problems, but I was being stupid. It was stupid to ignore her. It was stupid and ultimately dangerous.
Well, all I can say is that I hope this time the enemy is more a nightmare than a reality.
Excuse me, Madam, Mrs. Callison is here.
Viki, Clint, I cannot tell you how much I regret the circumstances of this meeting.
Dorian, it's very late. Get to the point.
First of all, may I say that I have never done anything with so much regret. I really do hate having to do this.
Dorian, you don't have to suffer alone. Please, tell us what's on your mind.
Well, it's obvious that the Banner is on the brink of a disaster. It is in trouble, and it has been in trouble ever since you, Viki, took over the leadership.
Are you talking about editorial policy or the balance sheet?
Oh, I would say the editorial policy was in trouble, freedom of the press notwithstanding, but as usual, money is the bottom line.
Dorian, we're in the black now. Given where we started from, I don't think anyone could ask for any more.
Oh, I think a lot of people could ask for a lot more, and the balance sheet is just a small part of it. And there is the fact that there's a vendetta going on between certain citizens in this town.
You are out of line.
Clint, would you say that a $25 million libel suit was out of line? I would. And it's a sword of Damocles hanging over the newspaper solely because you returned as editor.
No, Dorian, it is because a fraudulent story was placed in the newspaper. It was an act of sabotage.
Tell that to the wire services. I have called an emergency meeting of the board of directors for 1 p.m. tomorrow.
And just what do you hope to accomplish thereby?
I am hoping to protect the banner and its major stockholders. I think if you, too, care anything about the banner, you will offer your resignations at the meeting tomorrow.
I will never do that.
Why don't you save everybody a lot of grief, Viki, and just step down?
You would have saved everybody a lot of grief if you had kept your nose out of the business to begin with. What do you know about newspapers?
Oh, sweetheart. This has nothing to do with the newspaper, and she knows it. Oh, Dorian, yes, you're quite within your rights to call a meeting of the board and to ask for a vote to have us removed. But please, please don't think that I'm deceived by all of this. I see exactly what you are up to, and I know that your vindictiveness extends far beyond the banner.
You could not be.
Do not interrupt me. This is my house. Now, I don't know if this matters to you at all, but there will be no going back if you continue this fight, Dorian, and I think you will regret it as long as you live in this town.
We'll just see about that.
Get out.
Just wonderful.
Thank you.
I had to break away from that crowd and found out how you holding up?
Oh, I'll be all right. Senator, we have a bit of a mess on our hands here.
Yes, indeed. Dorian summoned all of us for an extraordinary meeting at the hotel suite. I don't know what you did to get her back up, but that woman wants blood.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, you're not telling me anything I don't know. Sit down, please. I'll tell you what I did. I'm standing in the way of her having complete control over Lord Enterprises, that's all.
Ah, you know as well as that. All right, Clint. I think the meeting should be starting now anyhow.
We'll be right there.
All right.
I want you to remember one thing. The only really bad thing that they could do to us, as far as I'm concerned, is if they took you away from me. And we both know that's not going to happen. Good luck.
Would anyone else like some coffee?
No, thank you. Vicky will be right in.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please, sit down. As chairperson of this board, I would like to make a suggestion. Since it is an extraordinary meeting,
It certainly is that.
I would like to suggest that we dispense with the ordinary business protocol.
I have no objection to that, but I do object to the presence of an interested party who is not a member of the board of directors.
You're talking about me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Buchanan is as much a target of these proceedings as I am. He also has vital information regarding the facts about the false story that was planted in the newspaper, and I think he has every right to stay.
I'll make that motion.
Seconded.
Hands, please. Thank you. Mr. Buchanan has been admitted to this meeting as an observer. Now, as you all know, the central argument of this meeting has already been distributed to certain members of the board at a private meeting that was called this morning by Mrs. Callis. So, she has already put her case in print. Therefore, I would like to speak to you for just a few moments, if I may. I think you all know that I was raised with the Banner. The newsroom was my playpen. The presses were probably the most magnificent toys any child could wish for. The reporters and the typesetters and the photographers were all my teachers and my playmates and my friends. But I could have slept on the press room floor and not have learned anything if it hadn't been for my father. Victor Lord taught me and everyone at the Banner the true meaning of integrity, of journalistic excellence, and of self-sacrifice for the community. If I had had the slightest notion that I was putting the Banner in peril through anything that I personally had done, believe me, I would have resigned immediately. But ladies and gentlemen, I do not believe that the paper is in peril. Inflammatory comments notwithstanding. What I do know, however, is that the paper has been placed in the middle of a family argument. I believe you all know the details. A fraudulent story was run in the newspaper without my knowledge and without Mr. Buchanan's knowledge. It was an act of sabotage, and it is being investigated. Now, revenues are down slightly because of the controversy, but I'm sure that is a trend that will be reversed. In fact, Clint and I have plans today to call all of our major advertisers and explain to them personally the situation. Finally, I have just two things to say. My father and I intend this paper to be a legacy of much more than just monetary value to this family. No one has worked any harder to make the Banner what it is today than I have, and no one will work any harder than I will in the future. I intend to pass this paper on to my sons intact. Secondly, since I am being called to account here today, I shall not vote in the proceedings of this board. Thank you.
Honey, I wish there was something I could do to make this waiting easier on you.
Oh, yeah, well, there isn't anything, is there? It's all in their hands now, and the longer they take, the worse I get. I don't know what's the matter with me.
You don't? Well, honey, I do. There's a bunch of people in the other room that are making a decision about something that's very important to your life.
Thank you.
For what? What'd I do? Now, if I had been smart enough to get my hands on the rest of those copies of that filthy article of Randy Pritchard, you'd have something to thank me for. But I didn't, and you don't.
No, you've done everything you possibly could. And you love me and you support me, and I don't ever want that to change.
You make it very easy to love you. Ah, Senator.
Excuse me, Clint. Vicky? The board has reached a decision. Resignation. And yours.
I can't believe this. You mean the board actually...
Yes, the vote was 2-1. I voted for you, of course. Colonel Hutchison and Miss Peters, they voted to ask for your resignation.
And what about Dorian?
She abstained.
Well, Dorian always was a gracious winner.
Vicky, you're still a member of the board. You could vote to ask for reconsideration of the motion, thereby making it a tie.
Well, wait a minute. A tie vote on any resolution under parliamentary law means that it fails, isn't that right?
Yeah, except for one thing. Dorian then could exercise her right to vote, thereby breaking the tie.
Well, I'm sorry, Senator, but I have no wish to give her that satisfaction.
I can't say that I blame you.
Frankly, I think that Vicky was pretty much reconciled to this, weren't you, honey?
Yes.
You know, you're still a major stockholder in the Banner. It's not as though it's going bankrupt, Vicky.
That depends entirely on who's running it, doesn't it?
Well, if you have any suggestion to make, I'd be glad to pass it on to that group in there.
At this point, I think any suggestion from me would be a kiss of death.
Viki and I are going out west. You see, we discussed this possibility. What options we had in case a vote went against us.
Yes, Clint still owns a newspaper out there in a small town in Arizona.
Wide open spaces, huh?
Fresh air, lots of room for us, for the kids.
And no board of directors.
Sounds as though you've made a firm decision.
Yes, we have.
Would you like to go in there and tell them?
No, I don't think so. Would you mind passing the word along, Senator?
All right, Viki, I'll just tell him you decided to step down. Effective when?
Immediately.
And if I might make a small suggestion, I think as acting managing editor, Elwood Briggs would be just fine until they can find someone else.
All right, I'll pass that word around. Viki, I'm so sorry it had to end this way.
Well, don't be. My chin is up, see?
You are every inch your father's daughter.
Thank you. That's the nicest thing you could possibly say.
Clint, best of luck to you.
Thank you, Senator. Thank you.
Thank you for fighting the good fight.
We tried.
So now we can start living again. And this time, nothing's gonna stop.
Come on, Clint, level with me. What'd the board say?
Well, Viki and I are both out of a job.
No. Dorian won this?
Yeah, you know, I just don't understand that woman's need to rip things apart. Between her and Asa, I'm beginning to feel there's not much future in this town for us.
Yeah, but you're not planning on leaving.
Well, Bo, I'll tell you, this might be the best thing that's happened to us. I've still got that paper in Arizona. Viki and I could have a real life there, the boys would love it.
Yeah, I know, but you can't just give up, Clint. I mean, why don't you just sue them for defamation of character? Or isn't there an arbitration board for this sort of thing?
No, not really. Besides, if we're going to break with the banner, I'd rather it be a clean break. I don't think Viki could stand it any other way, and I know I couldn't.
No, Clint, but you're the one that's always telling me you got to fight for everything you believe in.
Bo, even if we won, that board would never leave us alone. Now, you know that.
Yeah, but you could outfox them.
I don't want us to live with people watching every move we make. Second-guessing the newspaper into the ground. I mean, it's not worth it to me. I want room to breathe, Bo. And Viki and I both know we're not going to find it here.
I know. I can tell you're serious about this.
All right, well, thank you.
All right, well, what about Viki? I hope she's comfortable with it.
Well, believe it or not, she's finally beginning to feel that monkey crawl down off her back. You know, she's always felt that, the banner was a living reincarnation of her father. And I guess it took something momentous like this for her to realize that that's not true. Speaking of which...
Yeah, I think I know what you're getting.
Is Delilah back?
Yeah, tonight, as a matter of fact.
Good.
Listen, you're not planning on moving out of here tomorrow, though, are you? You've got to be best man at my wedding.
All the turquoise in Arizona couldn't keep me from that. Hey, look at this. Aren't you supposed to take these fellas kite
Look out
flying?
here.
Huh?
You guys ready? Cleaned up? Okay, come on over here. It's a heavy commitment I got. All right.
Bo, if you can keep these guys covered, I'm going to go get myself something.
Okay, why don't you join us later on if you get a chance?
Sure will.
Okay. Who knows something about kite flying right here?
I
Do you? And?
I do.
Good. Because I'm in big trouble. I don't.
All right.
All right.
Take care of Uncle Bo now.
You know, could you do me a favor? Could you run in there and check to see if Delilah's ready to go yet?
Bo, I just checked with her 3 times in the last 10 minutes. She told me to tell you not to worry. She'll make it, and take it easy.
I'm in big trouble.